Hey, big surprise. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, and here we are.
I feel different.
5 hours early.
I feel different.
We're 5 hours early. Why are we 5 hours early today, Ed?
I'm thinking 4 hours early.
4 hours? Is my math off?
Yep.
Damn.
But you know what?
Good thing I'm not a stock trader. that would be disastrous.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, we're going to do a short show here today. It's going to be in the morning because I'm driving up to Smiths Falls this afternoon to shoot a whole bunch of footage at Canopy Growth Corp. If you've been watching this monster trade,
Canopy is flying. Like I got to tell you.
Whoa! I don't have my NDI up.
What I'd like to do.
There we go.
I'd like to see the RSI number on this baby. This thing is. I bet you it's got to be close to 80.
You give me 2 seconds here, Ed, and we'll have the
one,
let's go.
two. Once more time.
Okay, let's give me a minute.
And I think we got to talk about Aben a bit, because I know we just interviewed the president, but we didn't talk about what they announced today, and I think that's very significant.
What was that?
That they had another discovery on that property.
Yeah, well, you're right. We had the chance, and we're going to have that conversation with Jim Pettit in just a second. But
yeah,
Aben Resources, if you haven't been following, is this monster trading golden triangle stock that we are long. Full disclosure, we are long this stock, and it's in the golden triangle.
And not wrong. You're long and not wrong.
That sounds like a song. Can't we just get along? Anyways,
I'm searching here.
Let's smoke.
You know what?
Let's smoke a bong.
That's strong.
Where's King Kong? Okay. Simple moving.
What about
lower indicator?
ding dong?
Put the RSI.
Are you a ding dong? No.
Ding dong. Relative strength
Okay.
index. Candlesticks. I'm going to go with the Bollinger Bands here.
Yeah, I want to see this, because this thing is, you know, I mean, how many dollars does it have to go up?
Ooh, we got two RSIs.
I think, let's see, I think it has to go up about, if it's 12 billion market cap, roughly, every time it goes up $3, that's probably another bill.
Yep.
3 times 12, no, every $4, I guess it would be. Every $4 is another bill.
Bill who?
Billion. Mr. Bill Yun.
Bill Yun. Ah,
Yun.
Japanese
Yun,
fellow.
yeah, Bill Yun.
Bill Yun. Anyway,
related to his smaller cousin Mill Yun.
Ah, who's probably not so distantly related from Short Bun. Can we get a yes?
NDI on?
NDI is on. We're waiting for the chart.
GFN?
Oh no, it's not on GFN, is it?
You know what's really flying again is when we called it yesterday was Emerald Health. At the end of the day, we said watch that one.
Yeah.
Because it looked like it was getting ready, and that thing has got I'm sure it's got a monster short position.
Okay,
look at
Canopy is trading well outside of the Bollinger Bands.
Yeah, but it was when I said I thought it would be a good short. It got a quick opportunity in the morning to cover if you shorted it when I said you did.
Right.
And if you didn't, ooh, you'd be sore.
You're dangling by your testicles. All right.
There's a term that comes to mind.
Now look at that.
54.14. This thing is breaking out, folks. This thing looks like it's on a path to.
Who wrote the article that said that it was going to be $100 stock, or it had a good chance of becoming $100 stock?
Was it James West?
Go figure. Not
you know
me.
that guy? I hear he's amazing. You know what? What it would be like to be in his...
I'm pretty sure that you shouldn't tell him that, though, because it'll go straight to his head. He'll be walking around.
Yeah.
Won't be able to get through the damn door.
No. Yeah.
He'll be drinking his own Kool-Aid, buying his own
I'll
press.
come in on Monday, and there'll be carpenters here making the doors wider, and so you can get in, or he can get in.
You hear them at work already. Here's Aben Resources. Does that not look a lot like the weed chart, except 1/10?
Well, we've got some. So look at. I like that chart. I like that chart because you got the breakout move on the discovery, and now it's just back and forth here.
Yeah.
And see, it traded as low as 38 today, and now it's back to 42. Yeah, it's trending higher here. We had a new high yesterday, 47, short-term high.
Yeah.
And they just announced another discovery,
I
basically,
know.
but with no numbers, but just like visually they can say the ore, the minerals look great.
It's the same rock.
Chalcopyrite.
Chalcopyrite. They're back.
Can you just spell chalcopyrite?
Actually, I can.
Can you do the first two letters?
C-A-L-C-H.
No.
C-H-A-L.
I think it's C-H.
I thought it was chalcopyrite. C-H.
Chalcopyrite.
Chalcopyrite.
Anyways,
we had a conversation with Jim Pettit just a little while ago.
Isn't pyrite though?
And here it is.
Just get rid of me.
We're just
neutral.
Hey, welcome back to Midas Letter Live. My guest this segment is Jim Pettit. He's the president of Aben Resources Ltd, trading on the TSX Venture under the symbol ABN. Jim, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Now, it's been, I think, somewhere in the range of 15 years since we last crossed paths. And so you've been doing what you've been doing diligently for those 15 years. I've been doing what I've been doing, and here we are crossing paths again. Based on, essentially, this great discovery has brought us together, and I've become a shareholder of the company, as have a number of other people in the industry. So tell me about this project and tell me about what's happening right now and in the future.
Well, this specific project is called the Forrest Kerr project, and it's in the Golden Triangle in British Columbia. And there's a lot of interest there because there's a lot of land's been staked. There's a bit of an area play and getting bigger and bigger every year, it seems. But it's such a highly prospective area for elephants.
Sure.
You know, and we've been in there a few years, and it took us a better part of the first year just to acquire the land position.
Okay. There's some big mines in there already.
Oh yeah. So we're surrounded by past mines, Snip and Eskay, for example, and there's now new exploration going on there to resurrect them. You've got to the south the Premier Mine, towards Stewart, and up north now you've got Galore Creek is probably one of the largest undeveloped copper gold projects in the world. That's just been, the ownership of that has just been changed. Newmont's bought out Nova Gold, so now Newmont and Teck own it, and it looks like that's going to get a new life. Further north, Red Chris, Imperial's copper mine is in production. The new one down to the south is Pretium. Yeah. Big gold project. There's lots.
Yeah.
And a lot of little recent discoveries too.
Sure. So the whole that sort of lit the world on fire was this August 9th one, 62.4 grams per ton over 6 meters with 38 grams over 10 meters. Now, you've got other holes at the lab as we speak, don't you?
Yes.
And so there's probably going to be some...
And counting. I mean, it's building, yeah.
And you've got drills turning.
We got a drill turning.
Okay.
We're scrambling right now. I think we could come up with another drill. It was a little dicey a little while ago. But
right.
They're starting to free up.
You've essentially catalyzed, between yourselves and Golden Ridge Resources, who also had a big discovery hole recently, bit of a land grab, staking rush in the area, and now drills are becoming hard to come by already too?
Oh yeah, I was just up there 2 weeks ago, and we were flying over just the southern region of the triangle, so say from the AltaGas camp to the south, so Eskay Creek south, we counted 20 drills. And then if you go north where we are, I can think of probably 10 more that are working, and then you've got a lot of people that acquired ground last fall after the summer ended, picked up every spare piece of land there is, and they've all applied for permits, and they're probably just getting their permits approved now. So they'll have maybe a month to go up there and do something.
So that ground's going to have more holes poked in it than Swiss cheese.
Oh yeah.
Well, interesting. Then, so in terms of the regional geology and the sort of the system that you're into, how do you characterize that in simple geological terms?
Complex.
Great, that's a help. Okay, we'll start with complex and take it down from there.
There's well, a little history. After Eskay was discovered, and it was so significant as one of the richest deposits in the world, everybody went in there 30 some odd years ago and were looking for VMS style deposits, Eskay style. And there was all these old holes just left there because, oh, not VMS, move on. And we have one on our property that's Noranda drilled it. It was, say 10 meters of 38 grams.
But it wasn't BMS.
And they only did a couple follow-up holes and moved on. It wasn't. What we're into here is distinctly new because of Pretium, and we're looking structurally controlled hydrothermal systems,
right,
which offer up these tremendous grades and what I call intensity. Because when they're that intense, what we just announced 10 days ago, that's not like, it's not a one-off. It's just it's too much there.
So it sounds like when you say complex, you're talking about the fact that there are multiple geological systems sort of integrating.
Yeah. Well, what we're doing right now is we're drilling in this north boundary zone that we've come up with to get a handle on orientation and controls.
Okay, stratigraphic controls.
And so far we know there's probably been 4 mineralizing events.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So runs the risk of becoming a jewelry box, does it?
Yeah.
That's a nice problem to have.
Well, that Noranda hole that I just mentioned is 130 meters to the south of us, where we started drilling. And last year we had the 3 holes that pointed us in this direction. They were actually a discovery, but the market didn't really respond because it was towards the end of the season by the time we got the assays back. We took that information and applied it to the drilling this year, in the very first hole we came out with, which was just underneath those 3 holes, because they were on a fan off one pad, not a fan, sorry, but one plane. Right. And we came in underneath it, moved the pad back, came underneath it, and boom.
Okay, so you guys have you've just closed this private placement.
Yep.
You've got tons of money to go and drill aggressively, shall we say.
Yep.
Are you going to put all that money in the ground before the snow flies?
That'd be hard to do.
Right, without at least one
that
more
would be
drill.
hard to do. Yeah, so what we're going to do, see, we're basically at our planned budget for this year. We got a 5,000 meter drill program, approximately $2 million. We're there now. The rig's not leaving. That's been worked out. Everyone's staying, and we can keep going. And hopefully I get another rig in there sooner than later.
Sure. That area becomes, you can't get in there in the winter, can you?
Well, it's hard.
Right.
And it's all air support, so a lot of your cost is the drill rig and helicopters.
Okay.
We're pumping up our crew capabilities to have more guys in the field doing more surface sampling while the weather's still good. It's been a really nice summer up there.
Sure. Interesting. Okay, so in terms of the core that's currently at the lab, what has been the sort of like visual description that you've heard from your drill crews?
Well, thanks.
No forward-looking statements or anything, but I mean, it's anecdotally possible to say that.
What we've learned to look for now is, last year it was, if you have a high concentration of chalcopyrite, there was a strong association to precious metals. So if you had massive chalco, you'd have high grades. That's what we hit, and it worked. We followed it, allowed us to do what we were doing. This year, this hole we have announced, because we did rush it, was a totally different mineralizing event. Very little chalco. It's like 40-meter separation underneath what we hit last year, and it's more of a carbonate sulfide, dark, veiny, lots of veins, looks a lot like snip.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So
we had Ron's had a look at it. Ron Nedlisky,
right?
He discovered the snip mine.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he looked at that and.
Okay, so the excitement level sounds like it's pretty high. I mean, the stock raced up to almost 50 cents, backed off a bit, and is holding there. So.
Yeah, well, it's, I think the smart people realize that this isn't just one hole.
Right.
There was 3 last year that all had very intense mineralization, but they're very broad.
So they're far apart from each other?
It was 45, 60, and 75 degrees. On one section. This we were trying to be on the same section but underneath, because we backed up the pad and came underneath it. And so you have one mineralizing event, now we have another. And it's highly fractured, microfractures throughout. You have a vein that'll have, every half a centimeter there's a fracture. And it's just and we're that close to the Kerr fault that runs all the way up our property. That's a major feature for the whole Golden Triangle is, call it a driver.
Right.
It's a major structural feature that would have allowed the fluids to come in, and there's all kinds of cross-cutting faults, subfaults, and that.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay, so I'm curious as to whether you've had any conversations with partners at this point to come in and help you.
A little early.
A little early?
But, you know, there is interest.
Right.
There's always interest. And what I've noticed this year, as opposed to the past, like even last year, the year before, there's more majors paying attention. Mm-hmm. So there have been conversations. They're interested in what's going on. Mm-hmm. And instead of us making the phone call, you know, hey, do you want to hear about it? It's, there's definite interest. And it could be because a lot of them are already in the Yukon.
Sure.
They've gone back to the Yukon. But in this area, you've got the presence, you know, gold quartz up there, barracks, paying attention. Right to our north, all that porphyry potential land. Antofagasta has done a deal with Evrim that surrounds the Hank property that Golden Ridge drilled.
Okay, so of the 16 holes of this 4,850 meter program, how many of them are yet to come out?
15.
15? Okay, so I was just, I wasn't sure whether the last 3 were from this program or not. That's funny. Okay, so.
No, the reason is we're getting them back not in order.
Okay.
It's what happens is we get them into the lab has moved them from the Terrace lab to the Kamloops lab because they're getting just backed up again. And last year was literally 2 months.
Right.
We were waiting. And if you ordered them rushed, we happened to be in early enough so that first hole did get rushed and it did make a difference. We got it back. But we still haven't got a complete, the assay's complete for number 2.
Oh, okay.
We've got partials on, you know, all the holes basically, so they're coming back. It's just not in order, but it'll happen. It'll come together, I'm sure, over the next couple of weeks.
You bet. Okay, that sounds like a pretty good update on what's going on up there, Jim. We'll come back to you when we see the next press release and have another conversation. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thank you.
And we're done.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. So yeah, Aben Resources. I must disclose that we are participants in a private placement. We're also buying it in the market. Why? Because I'm very intrigued about these next results. I smell a district play potentially here.
Yeah.
And that kind of excites me.
And this is, again, where Golden is. This is where major, probably one of the richest mines of all time, SK Creek.
Yeah.
And
don't forget the,
you know.
Oh man, I can't believe I'm having this brain fart now. The,
Evrim?
No, the Nova Gold mine that we were just talking about. Anyway, we just talked about it in the show there, but.
Yeah, well that was probably a long time
Yeah, there's
ago.
tons of mines around there, and there's going to be, sounds like there could be a couple more, though of course that is a forward-looking and wishful thinking statement.
Yeah.
So don't be trading on that nonsense. No, 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 no. Anyway, so what is the chart telling us here, Ed? Those Bollinger Bands, it's trading just outside Bollinger Bands. Oh, no, it was, but it came back in.
You're talking about, which
Relative
one?
strength index is over 70.
Which one?
Aben.
Yeah, well, I was talking more about the, like that chart right, yeah. Well, no, it's pulled back. It's pulled back. It's
it's back inside the Bollinger Bands.
And what is the RSI there? Does it, you have
71.
It? Yeah, well, 71's a bit overbought, but you know, it's come from more overbought, and you got to you got to take some of the steam out of the pipes because you don't want them to explode.
That's a good point.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what markets do. Now, I see the printing there is a little funny. Why is that?
Interesting here.
Funny printing. Funny.
Let's see here. We're going to get the live stream back. Great. Okay. Well, I was looking to see what the. Yeah, I know the image was bad, so let's put it back up there. Okay, let's go back to that chart image. So, in case you're wondering, why is it so pixelated? That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pixelated.
Everything. Look at my head's pixelated.
Okay, that was cool. Did you see the finger go by there? The control room. Switch us back to that chart there, finger. Did you see that? Whoa!
Whose finger is that?
That's, watch this. Watch my finger, Ed. I'm going to switch it back right now. See that? Woo! And now watch me put it back.
You know, they used to advertise a toy at Christmas called Six Finger.
Six finger.
Yeah, and it had a jingle, okay? It was a thing you attached to your hand, and it gave you a sixth finger. And it went like this: six finger, man alive. How did I ever get along with five? I can't make
that up.
No,
It sounds like
I used to sit there and think, do I want that for Christmas? Mommy.
Where was I've never heard of this.
Now this may be before your time. This, like, I might have been 10 years old. We might have got a TV.
Can we buy it online?
You just say, but just the beauty of it: six finger, man alive. How did I ever get along with five?
That's
wild, eh? Like,
boy, you've got me thinking now.
I'm thinking, man, what could I do if I had an extra?
thinking, you know, markets are on a bit of a tear, and then I thought, but no. Six finger, five finger.
Okay, here comes this Capital Gold Corp, 5372.
Okay, no, that's incorrect.
We don't even know what that is, right?
Right. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about weed again. But why is our chart so pixelated up here?
I don't know. We're gonna have an answer.
Oh, here it is. Wi-Fi is slow. That's why it's a bad image with NDI.
Okay. Wi-Fi is slow.
How's the Wi-Fi so? How is the Wi-Fi so slow?
Chronos flying today, up 51 cents.
Maybe everybody should get onto the other network, the Rogers network. Let's see, which Chronos? Yes.
CRON, right?
Yeah. I want to take a look at Eve too. Look at that. Looks like a rift in the time-space continuum.
The shorter time frames are harder, and especially when they're new, because there's no history to go by.
Right.
In other words, a technician likes to look at as much data as possible, and you've got, you know, what do you got there, a month?
Yeah.
I can't tell because of the pixelation.
Yeah. Yep. Well, it's looking, you know, I bought 100,000 shares of this yesterday, and I was trying to buy some more, but it's kind of lifting off here on us.
Okay.
Look, there we are, watching us, watching them. Only Waiting in Weed has cottoned down and made a comment. Good morning, gents, he says.
Waiting in Weed.
Waiting in Weed, one of our regular viewers. So we only have 7 viewers, probably because we pulled a fast one.
Well, we pulled a fast one, right? If we didn't want any viewers, we'd come on at 3 in the morning.
Exactly.
Can you imagine?
If we hadn't gotten such a good night's sleep.
I'm well rested.
Yeah, me too. So this weed thing, Ed, I'm going to go back to that pixelated chart. We're just going to have to deal with it. Oh.
Weed is flying, okay? Yeah. I saw it over 54. I think the RSI is 77. It's getting in that zone where you want to be careful.
Yeah.
You're buying it here.
Here's the intraday look. Look,
I don't see.
It's got claws. Wow.
Yeah. Canopy, there it is, right there. Oh, it's backing off.
Yeah.
What's it at now? I can't tell.
53, 56.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? Intraday, we got this little double top here. See that?
Yeah.
Double top, and now like this, so you can. It may be the beginning of a modest correction, you know. Or, and if it really closed down to say 48 today, I'm not saying it's going to, I'm saying if it did, that would send off some signals that maybe, you know, this run is over.
Right.
But it looks like this thing has got the ability to
keep on humming.
Well, it's look at.
See, this is the blow off that our
that looks a little better.
Analyst friend was talking about perhaps here.
Well, that's not a blow off because it's still up dramatically. Right.
54.20 was the high of the day.
Yeah, double topped it.
Oh no, sorry, 53.97. So it hasn't actually.
I saw 54.20.
Just well. Oh, I see. I had my cursor on the wrong minute. There, that's the intraday look. Watch my finger. Watch this, Ed. Well, it didn't work that time.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay.
A little slow.
Yeah. Yeah, the longs are in control on this one.
Yeah.
You know, the shorts are right now. they got to be talking to themselves.
Yeah.
They got to be saying, you know, like, why did I think this was such a great idea, shorten this thing? Because this is definitely a powerhouse. This is the biggest marijuana company in the world.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Well, it's
there's nothing bigger anywhere. There's nothing bigger by market cap in the world, is there? That we know of? No, marijuana company. I said. You're talking fruit.
Pretty
now.
sure Apple's in the marijuana business.
Apples?
Apple.
I got a funny feeling. Well, I don't want to say it because it's.
Let's take a look at this one. This was a real head scratcher.
Head scratcher?
Well, it was a head scratcher because, you know, it ran up when we had them on the show. And then they put out their press release today, 172 meters of 1.24.
127, I think they said.
127 meters of 1.24 grams per ton.
Yeah.
And the stock's blowing off.
You know what? Look. The fact is, it's already moved from 40. What was it when we were talking here in the show? 45 cents.
40. Well, the day we had them on.
Yeah.
It was 41 cents.
Okay.
By the end of the show, it was 55 cents.
Yeah. Well, look, good for them. They've had a run, but now who's the biggest shareholder there? Is it Goldcorp?
I don't know who the biggest shareholder is.
I thought there was
Goldcorp's a shareholder.
They're probably the biggest then.
Could be.
Usually that's the way it works, right?
Could be.
They don't want to be a
I
minor.
don't want to put words in their mouth.
No. Okay, so
that was
where?
a bit of a
Okay,
scratcher.
that got up to. I can't. Unfortunately, this pixelation. You know what? Maybe
driving me
that's a
crazy.
reason for us to do the show in the afternoon.
Yeah. You know what it is that everybody's on the GFN network, and we need to get everybody in the office on the Rogers network. Yes.
Tell us what chart you want to pull up, and we're going to pull it up on our hardwire computer screen, so that way it's less pixelated.
Well, that doesn't work because we're
Well, let's try it.
Okay. What chart do we want to pull up?
Let's pull up. Emerald Health.
EMH.
EMH. Edward, Mother, Harry.
How is it that you make even a stock symbol sound like it's something profane? I mean, it's one of my favorite qualities about you, Ed. Don't get me wrong.
My profanity?
Edward, Mother, Harry? Like, what's going on there?
Yeah.
Is this a Freudian moment?
You know, there used to be a catcher for the Detroit Tigers,
Yeah.
and his name was Dick Brown.
Huh.
Okay.
Dick Brown?
Just listen. It gets
What are
better.
you saying?
Well, his middle name was Harry, and when they put the names
And
of
it's way too
in
early
the
in the
roster,
day for
they
this
put the
kind of-
names in the roster. They said it backwards.
Oh, no.
So what did they say?
I'm not going to say it because
Okay.
it's too early in the day for that kind of thing.
I can't make this shit up.
Well, I think you can, Ed.
No, I can't. Well, I could if I wanted to. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at this little baby.
Yeah.
Let's get. That's
All
the
right.
daily.
Yeah.
No, it's not the daily.
What's that? Oh, okay.
Okay,
That's
we
the one-year
got to
look.
move it over.
What stock is that?
That's EMH.
Oh, okay, right.
Okay, that's what I want to see. I'd like to see a 1 month chart, please.
Whoa.
See that? See that? And I need to see some of the. I need to see with the price points. I can't see the price points. Like I can see.
Yeah, it's too big.
It's too big.
Can't see the edge with the legend.
Look at this RSI. Yeah, we need this thing moved over just a tad to the left. Can we do that? What?
I don't know.
What?
Well, I think we should go with pixelated. Because pixelated, though pixelated.
Well, you could still read it off your screen, right?
Well, I mean, if we're trying to get the control room.
So I could say I can't read this, but you can.
Oh, so let's pull up Eve. Eve's broken right out of the Bollinger
Now
Bands.
what?
It's a 30-cent stock, though. It's a
Yeah,
weed
well,
deal.
yeah. But how many is it trading with monster volume?
Well, today so far it's 155,000. So not monster, but not immodest.
Yeah, Emerald Health had a big run. Can you put up EMH on that chart, for instance?
Of course, be my pleasure.
'Cause I'm pretty sure that's widely held. That's one of the. That's today.
That's the intraday, yes.
Yeah, see, that's rolling over too a bit. I mean,
Let's look at 6 months.
well, look at that move. Wow,
That's a monster move.
yeah, that is a monster move. Yeah, that
He
cool.
did the monster mash. He did the mash. It wasn't all out smash. He did the mash. Remember that one?
I ordered the mash last night. Fortunately, it was the garlic mash.
The monster boy. After which you probably had monster mash coming out of your gullet.
Other as well as other orifices.
Other flammable exits.
Jeez.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, let's say
we should stick to the 3 o'clock slot.
Yeah.
Have you had any CBDs today, Ed?
No.
No?
Will
No
I?
CBDs? Let's
Yes.
take a look at XRO. Because XRO has sort of gone to sleep on us here.
But look, you know, you'd have like.
What's the story? When are we going to see the CEO in here? That's what the world wants.
He's going to come out here, but I think there's a number of things that have to get addressed, and once they're addressed, he's going to come out, and a major story is going to unfold, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think that.
So are we talking Q4?
I'm pretty sure, you know, they're working on some things imminent.
Oh, okay.
For imminent
release.
Imminent release.
So we should just be patient, is what you're saying.
And look, it was, you know, it was in the 30s,
Yeah.
low 30s, high 20s, not that long ago. It's had a run, and what I like to see after a run like that, and it did get overbought quickly. You know, when it got up to that day when I think you moved it up there.
Yeah.
It's pulled back, and what you want to see is the thing stay and move sideways now to work off that overbought situation. Now you got the RSI.
Lowering that to 58.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And so, yeah, I mean, look, it could do this for another week or so, no problem. But I don't think this is one of these quick, this could take several months, a year and a half, but it could be a monster.
Whoa. We've gone from imminently to
No, but I mean,
months.
look, I mean, just because it doubles in the next few months, okay?
All right.
But what if it kept doubling every few months?
Well, then you could trade it reliably to
Well,
more profit.
I'm going to send, just so you know, when we talked about the lack of liquidity here, I think I'm going to send the tape to the CEO of that interview, and he can listen to our man, Donnie Greco.
Our man, Donnie G.
Donnie G is going
Mac Daddy Market.
I said, what can
Donnie
Donnie
G
do for me? I'll tell you what. I'll show you what he can do for you. I'm not going to tell you. He's going to tell you.
He's going to show you right now, live on our show.
Yeah, no, you can't. You couldn't do this in the days of radio.
Right. No. Wasn't that sophisticated?
Yeah. See how it's changed?
I know. Who else we follow in here? Let's take a look at Organogram today. Remember we were thinking that thing was getting, it's right at the edge of the Bollinger Band on the north side.
HIP also had a big move. It moved from, what, 40 cents to 77. And so what did it do today? I think it was down earlier.
Last I looked at it sold off, but let's, it was down 7 cents when I looked about an hour ago. Let's take a quick look at the old tragically HIP here, New Strike Brands. 70 cents. Yeah, it's down. Oh, somebody just bought some. It's down 6 cents now.
Which one?
HIP.
Oh yeah. Well,
New Strike Brands.
That might have been it for a while there, because you know, you look at the Bollinger Bands, you look at the RSI, and there's probably a few other indicators too. I mean, I wish I was as well versed in this area, because it's a fascinating area, and there's a lot of indicators out there.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, so buy, sell, or hold on the old New Strike Brands at this point.
Well, you know, this stock kind of scares me, because it was so high, and you know, I don't know what's it worth. I mean, if the market said at one point it was worth $3, and then recently they said it was 40 cents, and now you know it's very volatile, and
yeah. All right. So
you know, I don't know what do they actually have. So we covered Emerald Health. Let's see, Can Trust is up 6 cents. That's going by.
Canex Capital. This is a stock that I think is going to make a move at some point. They were a client for the last 3 months.
Looks like those Bollinger Bands are starting to pinch and narrow.
Ooh, which we know is the sign of a volatile movement.
Well, it could, or else it could keep doing that, because sometimes when they're basing, look at the Chrono. Can we put up Chronos? Sure. CRON.
Chronos has been on a tear. Well, that's
Wow.
trading outside its northern boundary.
Yeah, now what's the RSI on that one?
74.
Yeah. And you know, the higher the number, the little more dangerous it is to enter. And yet, people are entering. They don't seem to care.
Yeah. Well, there's leaders.
Let's take
and
a
there's
look at
followers.
the golden chart. Does it matter if we jump
No,
industry?
This is what's great about our show, Ed. We can do whatever we want.
That's what I like to hear.
We don't have to ask anybody's permission.
I
Nobody.
don't have
can
to ask
take-
anybody if I want a sip of my coffee, for
No,
instance.
just do what you want to
Yeah.
do. I mean, the only one who we're beholden to at some level is YouTube and Facebook. They
And-
could decide that we're not.
And this James West character.
Well, I can't kick us off the air. Are you kidding? Can you imagine not doing this anymore, Ed?
I just can't imagine a life without you.
Boy, these early morning shows really have a
Well,
different context, don't they?
Yes, yes. Yes, and yes.
So golden, we already looked at golden a bit, but let's look at it again. It's back inside its Bollinger range. Its RSI is still up over 72, which would probably explain why the volume's drifting off, yet it's holding in the same price range.
You know what? When you really like, you and I have been around these markets for a long time. When there's a discovery, and the thing doesn't back off, and you might say it's backed off, but 42 compared to a small move to 51.
Yeah, well, and that was me.
Yeah,
That was me buying the high.
but the point is, if this thing starts to move sideways as we go forward, we get some updates. I believe we're going to get some assays next week. Next week will be here in no time. And if those assays corroborate what we already seem to think, then this thing could be another 20, 30 cents higher, which would be nice.
Yeah, that would be great.
So what about SIC? Now, so I heard someone say that the results coming out on SIC are from different zones.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, there's another one that's holding a price
Is it
level.
back to the middle band there? You see how?
You mean on the RSI?
No, the top Bollinger Band, and then there's the bottom Bollinger Band, and then the line in the middle is a moving average, and that moving average is sort of like the theory is the Bollinger Band sort of tells you statistically that that would be likely where you want to see a stock will trade. When it gets out, that's like a low probability event outside the bands. Inside the bands, high probability. So look, we were way out through it and then back to the moving average,
Right.
which is probably a 20-day moving average. Okay. Now, I just noticed too, ACB, which is the second biggest company
Yep.
in the marijuana space that I know of,
There's ACB's chart.
it's done nothing today, and yet weed is plowing ahead.
Yeah.
Plowing.
8.9 million shares traded, $8 a share.
And it's done nothing. But it hasn't done, that's not
That's
true.
just-
It's gone from 5 1/4. But look, again, I sound like a broken record here, but gets below here, we're talking about the extremely low RSIs, wherever.
Buy to the
And
sounds
then
of cannons.
buy to the sound. And everybody was shaking, like, what the hell? I can't believe this is happening. And now everybody's going, I told you so, I told you so. I bought down there. Sure you did.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
you probably sold down there. Now you're buying it back because you think, can you imagine? No, that's what guys do. They sell right at the bottom and then it moves up and they think, now it's safe to get back in. Anyway, it's a very psychologically tenuous,
Yeah. No, that's what we love about it. Let's see what the indexes
Yeah.
are doing here.
I think that's
Nice.
true. I think that intellectual people, I'm not suggesting that we're intellectual, but if we
Good.
were,
Thanks, Zach.
we
I'd be worried.
we are intrigued by, what's easier than predicting the future? Duh. Like that's what this is about. That's why
Right.
you can't get bored.
That's why we're so right.
Why am I so
better be
wired?
right.
Why am I so wired?
Did you plug your... Hey, has
Did I
somebody been
plug it in?
dosing us with CBDs? Suzanne, what's in the coffee? Anyways, look at the big index is up 1.46%, the Midas Letter Canadian Cannabis Index. Let's see how the guys are doing in there. We'll put it in order of performance. Kronos is up the most today, 4.5% to 11.06. Oxley is up to 88 cents.
Yeah.
Grinding paper in the trenches there. Canopy growth. Look at that, 5366.
Now, are our viewers seeing the pixelated thing, or just are we?
Not entirely sure.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Our viewers are seeing the pixelated thing, or just are we?
No.
That's not a yes or no question.
That's,
A or B?
Yes, our viewers.
Neither do I, too.
Neither do I also. Okay. Great. Let's see what's going on our Facebook page here today. Anybody's... Oh, there we are. Look, there we are. Okay. Hello.
What time is
Hello.
it? It's
Look
now.
We didn't trick a few people here by coming on later.
Word probably got out.
Michael Barron says, pull up EMC. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We don't mind suggestions from the audience, do we, Ed? EMC, emblem. Oops, not EMC. There we go. Also trading like a bit of a monster right now.
ICC had a big move too. I noticed it was up dramatically.
Trading outside its Bollinger range here, the EMC.
EMC?
Yeah. We had Nick Dean in here, was it last week? I think it was last week.
What's the price point there? I'm having difficulty.
$1.34.
Okay. Well, it's had a nice move. Emerald Health's 450. Okay. I don't listen. It looks like the weed transaction has caused a lot of these things to lift. Like people are getting, and the question is how long will that happen for? So far so good, but you know some of these things are backing off a little bit because they are overbought now.
Yeah.
Amazingly, they go from overbought to oversold.
Yeah.
Hence, people like to trade them.
So, what are you going to do this weekend, Ed?
I'm in a golf tournament, actually.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm in a golf tournament.
In London?
London, yes. London town.
London town? London,
Yeah.
England?
No. The other one, the sister one.
The London, Ontario.
But you know what's interesting? Once I was talking to, I said, they said, where are you from? I said, I'm from London. And they said, what's it like to live in London? And they were thinking of
London, England.
Yeah. And I said, well,
Sure.
we've got the Thames River. And we kept talking. And yeah, wow. I said, buildings aren't very high. And I finally dawned on me that she kept thinking, wow, but
She thinks you live in London, England.
yeah, well, not anymore.
You should be forced by law to put you must have to say London, Canada. You can't just say London if you live in London, Ontario, Canada.
Right.
You must say by law
Okay.
London, Canada.
Okay, ask the question again.
Where are you from, Ed?
London, Canada.
Well, that doesn't sound very good.
Where are you going to play the golf tournament?
Oh, okay. Where are you going to play your golf tournament?
London, Canada.
See, that just doesn't
If you
sound
say
good.
London, Ontario, they may think Ontario, California.
Well, or they might think
London, Ontario, California.
or Ontario, UK.
Jeez.
I know, it's just a nightmare.
Okay, and so you're off to Smith Falls.
We are going to Smiths Falls.
Are you guys hitchhiking?
Yeah, we're going to hitchhike. We're going to be
Yeah.
out there on the 401.
You got
with our thumbs
that
out.
pole with your little sack untied at the end of it, like
a little
whole bone
change
around.
purse.
Yeah.
Please donate. No, we're going to Smiths Falls this
You did
weekend.
shoot some footage,
Yeah, we're going up for the Smiths Falls party on the lawn.
and Fraser.
Fraser's coming. We're also going to shoot we're going to put a segment together on Canopy's new Discovery Center, which apparently I'm hearing is somewhat awesome. So only the camera can tell that story. And yeah, so you and Donnie are going to do the show tomorrow and Friday.
Well,
I mean Friday.
you know,
Today's Thursday.
yeah, tomorrow.
Right, tomorrow. Not Saturday.
No.
You're not doing a show on Saturday?
You know what? Just maybe do a little bit of a dry run on Saturday.
Aren't you in a golf tournament Saturday? So it could be live from the London, Canada golf course.
London Hunt and Country Club.
Now, does the London Dry Gin, does that come from London, Canada or London, UK?
I think it comes from London, Canada.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure that's the juniper capital of the world. But if you're going to make gin, you need juniper. You can't make gin without junipers.
Didn't Donovan do that one? Juniper.
See, no, there's
Juniper.
never been a Donovan fan. What can I say?
Well, can't be everybody's fan.
No, it's impossible.
Let's see, what's Tilray doing here? Look at this.
Oh yeah. pull up our Tilray.
Well, you know what? There's one where we said it was outside the band a couple days ago, and it's been.
Actually, there's another company that I have to bring up here, because this is one that I've just become aware of. I haven't bought the stock yet. They are a client of the Media Production and Traffic Generation Division over at GFN, and they are called Backstage Play, who we'll talk about in a second. This is Tilray.
Yeah.
Behold the mighty, mighty Tilray. But it's, so again, trading outside its Bollinger Range, it's stepped back within the trading range.
You know what? If you just saw that, so you might say you save yourself, and if you entered and say if the thing is totally outside the band, you say, you know what? I learned something on that show. You know, those kooky guys.
Now is not the time to buy.
You know what? I'll do it. Wait a couple days. Maybe I'll save a couple pennies. Hey. You know,
and boom, we'll be making money.
You know what? If sometimes, you know, you make your money when you buy. In fact, that's what a lot of people say. You make your money when you buy, not when you sell.
Well, that's actually a pearl of wisdom that was taught to me in the furniture business.
Pearl.
But I was taught that by the guy I worked for when I was a teenager. He used to work in this furniture stripping joint out in Jordan. That used to be the winery, which is now the Inn on the 20. And he said, in the furniture business, you make your money when you're buying.
Yeah.
So it's no different in the furniture business. This was used furniture, not even antiques,
right.
used furniture. Same as in that business, in the stock business, you make your money when you're buying.
By the way, I just saw...
Well, by the way. You're going to throw an Ed in there now, I know it.
No. Well, maybe I will. I'm going to edify you. For instance, I just saw Aben go buy at 40 cents.
Yeah.
You know anybody trying to buy some stock at 40 cents?
I am. I might have to pull that bid and drop it to 39.
Oh, I'm getting thirsty. I've seen beer go by at 27.
All right. Now I'm going to talk a bit about Backstage Play.
Okay.
So this is an early stage thing.
I think this is where they get personalities. And you can actually play a game with...
Well, so
celebrities.
Pop stars, athletes, other famous personages, celebrities in general.
Right.
These guys go in and they set up a game around them for their website so that people can go who are fans and they can earn, through playing these games, front row tickets. That's the Backstage Play. So it encourages loyalty and repeat visitors. It solidifies a relationship with the fan, and the guy actually gets the people who are his biggest fans backstage, because who else is going to play their silly game? No, we're actually
Are you saying their games are silly?
Well, they are. I mean, that's what's great about them. They're, you know, it's not like a super highly animated combat game. It's a relaxing...
I see Emerald Heel going by here. Emerald Heel.
Yeah. But anyways, so Backstage Play's got already 3 of these guys signed up, and they've got more
musicians,
coming down the
correct?
pipe. Yeah. And they make money off the game.
I can see musicians being...
interested in that.
Yeah.
Actually,
what do you think? What are you thinking? Thinking about maybe playing a game? Maybe you should be one of their celebrities.
I don't think I.
And then you could sell tickets.
Eh?
You could sell tickets to come and see the show live.
And I'm not famous enough to be a celebrity. I'm only infamous. Once I get,
I was just going to say, you're not famous. You're infamous. You're infamous.
Infamous. That's right. Okay. So James Maslow, that's the guy I was trying to think of. But they're very sophisticated sort of things. Look at this. Looking at our Daughtry. Daughtry is a guy. I think he was one of the.
Is that Roger Daughtry?
No. These are new up and coming musicians essentially who are just breaking out.
Right.
And they're looking to solidify the relationship with their fans by providing them this way to achieve backstage access. Now this is, I'm getting the sense that you're not picking up the seriousness of this. I mean, fans are crazy. Kids are crazy for their idols.
Right.
And the artists would prefer to reward the most avid fans with access to backstage at concerts, which at this day and age is usually snapped up by scalpers and sold
and then
at
sold
auction
to
for some rich guy who can just afford to drop $200 a ticket and doesn't care, while the real fans are sitting there in the rafters with their finger in the roof holding back the rain. So this is a way to level that playing field.
And what's the fellow's name? Because I remember
Scott White.
Yeah, that's
Scott White.
Yeah. I thought he was a pretty charismatic fellow.
Yeah. Actually, oh, it's 12 o'clock, Ed.
Well,
anyways, Backstage Play is our client. We're going to be following them extensively for the next 6 months.
where does the time go?
Where does the time go? I know where I'm going. I'm going
To Smith Falls.
Smith Falls.
Where am I going?
You're going to
Nowhere.
Hell, boy. Go straight to hell, boy. Clash. Don't know what year. Anyways, that's our show for today. Come back tomorrow. You're going to see Ed and Donnie holding forth here. And I will be coming to you
Holding fort or fourth?
live from Smith Falls. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.